Well, welcome back, Vinny, to our podcast. It's good to have you as a returning guest from
Hell
Vicious.
yeah, man. It's great to be back, bro.
Absolutely, dude. What you been up to these days? It's been a while since I talked to you. I mean, last
Yeah,
time we talked, you were working on some stuff, and how's that been going?
everything's been going good, man. Things kind of slowed up a little bit. You know, was writing some new Vicious Circle material. Got to put another album out under Sublevel Records or whatnot. And yeah, man, we had four really good songs. It was just me and our drummer at the time, and we had four like sick as fuck tunes, man. I mean, it was just I was very excited about them, to be honest, and they were coming out really good. But he ghosted me for over a year, and like I was like, "What the hell's going on, man?" So it was holding everything up, and I'm not going to say his name. I don't want to embarrass him. You know what I mean? We ain't got no hate with each other. We met each other, not too long ago. Apologies, this and that. It's all good, man. But just held shit up, but I got my own personal shit that I've been going through too, man. Need to clean that stuff up. Can't really like focus too much on everything. You know what I mean? Getting way too deep into it and then having some shit happen. So, you know, um, all that's starting to die down now, which is great. And it's time for me to start rocking and rolling, man, getting shit done. I got three projects pretty much going on that are pretty solid. A couple other things, we've just been talking about with, other like local musicians and stuff like that. But, you know, um, definitely looking forward to writing more of that VC stuff, because that was sounding really good, man, but, shit happens, you know what I mean? So we need a drummer. That's pretty much what it comes down to. VC needs a drummer.
Drummers
And
are always the hardest to find, man.
finding a good one is
Oh
hard.
yeah,
Finding a good anybody's a hard thing anymore, man. There's a dime a dozen out there, musicians all the time. And I think that's great, but like sometimes you just really can't find what you need, It kind of hinders the way you write.
hmm
You get people that just really can't do everything that you have the ability to produce, you
yeah,
know,
like
kind of
connecting
hinders
and
your
stuff.
writing a little bit. Yeah. So you got to find the right people, man. You know,
Exactly.
it's like I like all different flavors, man. I like the grind, I like the slow, I like the mosh. I mean, it's like, it's like pretty much, you want to hit everything, man. You want to hit every taste bud. You know what I mean? When you eat something, you want to taste it all. The
Ernie,
salt, the sweet,
yeah.
sour. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: Been there any new bands out there that you're listening to that kind of hit a soft spot in your heart?
Anybody new? Wow.
I mean,
Um,
I've been listening to this band since they started in Human Condition.
oh God, those guys are incredible. I haven't heard
Really
their new stuff
are.
though. How's the new stuff? They
It's
put out another album,
good.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We played with those guys um, over in Delaware. And it was great. Lee was playing drums for him that night.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where I met Lee. And anyway, those guys are great, man. So yeah, they're definitely great. So I could say, I listened to that CD probably at least like once a month. You know what I mean? Bang that out. That's really good. It's kind of like in rotation. It's really good, man.
Yeah, reminds me of
Yeah.
Early Massacre as well, just because of the vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. No doubt. No
Very
doubt, man.
raw, but very catchy at the same time.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
I hand it over to Rhino, I want to let you know that Aaron Nobles, who's in Scarson, formerly of Crusaders, says hi.
Yeah. That's my boy, man. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, same here. I know Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good
Yeah, how is
people.
he? Is he good?
Yeah, he's cool.
Are they still together, Crusadist?
No, they're no longer a thing.
It's a shame. Let me tell you
Everything
something.
just,
We played with them as well on
yep,
the fucking Inhuman Condition show, man. Those guys were really fucking good, man.
extremely talented.
Yep. Sad to see them go. But Aaron's got talent, man. He'll find something else to do.
Yeah,
Aaron, how the fuck are you, brother? Much love to you.
he's working with Scarson, so they sound really tight.
Brand new band, or did he just
not,
take the
you
position?
know.
I'm
Tighter.
sorry, I didn't hear you, bro. Are they brand new?
Scarson, they've been around for a while. They just came out with a new album recently. But
Awesome.
I was gonna say they're tighter than a balloon knot.
Nah, that's fucking tight. That's watertight, baby.
Yep. What you got,
Yeah.
Mr. Rhino? Been a minute.
Well, first, let me say, you tried to kill me today. I had the EP on at the gym, so I'm lucky to be here interviewing you.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. That makes me feel good, man. That's pretty much all I get out of it, dude. As long as people enjoy what we do, that's fucking awesome, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Fucking
killing culture. I love it.
thank you,
That
man.
is
Yeah.
piss.
That was a lot of fun to write, man. That whole EP was fun to write, you know?
How long did it take to write?
Well, I'd say it took about maybe 8 months to a year,
Wow.
because sadly, it's like I write and I throw riffs out, and I'll write half the song. I'm like, nah, I don't like it, and I throw it away, and I'm like, got to start all over again, So it's like, it just for some reason, especially back then, I was really picky, because the mindset is always like, you want to kind of outdo what you did previous, or at least keep it compatible enough, or
Yeah.
bring in different elements, So I was like, nah, the Art of Agony was pretty good. So I was like, anything that I didn't think was, good enough, I trashed. But I came up with some pretty good stuff, man, and I was pretty happy with the way that EP came out. It was pretty much just to be like kind of in your face, you know what I mean? Just raw,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Nothing fancy, just to be nice, loud, and just I don't know, just rip your face off, you know?
With a melodic touch. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of melodic. Yeah, I mean, I definitely stepped it up a little bit with some of the guitar parts, at least in my, at least I think so. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that, not saying they were better or worse, but they just, they were, different. And I just, I like to experiment, man. I hate to put the same album out twice, you know?
Hmm.
So I try not to do that, you know?
Without
But
a doubt. No, it sounded great.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy too, man, because it's like now pretty much, it's really funny how that came out. That was written a long time ago, man. I don't know if you remember the demo that came out. Um, Christ Almighty, I don't even remember what it was called. It's so fucking long ago. I think it was Lifelong Suicide. And
I can't. Uh, Parts of my
do you
brain are
remember that?
fried, so I don't remember the name. No.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it was called. But yeah, man, that actually came out. I wrote all that material in 2007, dude. And I just revamped it just to make it sound a little bit better. Definitely amped up some things here and there. But it was one of those things where, like, we were approached, and we're like, listen, get some new material out real fast. You know what I mean? And I could probably push you to a label. You know what I mean? And so we didn't really have anything prepared at that point. So we just went back to a demo that we never did anything with, really. I mean, it never really went anywhere, man. But I mean, it is out there. So, we were like, you know what? Let's just do this. It's never really been very well recorded and not really completely developed. It was just like we recorded ideas. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
recorded some ideas down, and we went with it. It sounded pretty good. We sold it locally, but we didn't get crazy with it. Excuse me. So, like, yeah, we went back in and we went in with Dan Corniff and Sonic Debris Studios, and we busted those out. And man, let me tell you, it's like a world of fucking difference. You know what I mean? When you get a good recording and you can hear everything,
Oh, yeah.
man, yeah, it was just it was really good. And I was really really taken back, and I was pretty honored that it went like top 5 EPs of 2020, because that's what we're got like publicly released.
Mhm.
Craig and Lum and Sublevel Records, put it out, and yeah, it was pretty good that we, it wasn't Billboard or whatever, but it was, it was, oh my God, Rock Hard Pressure or something like that. I don't know, man.
Yep.
I apologize if I'm messing that up. But anyway, it was like had all the big boys on there, man, and we made it. We were in the top 5 EPs of that year, so that was a pretty big deal for me, and the rest of the
Yep.
guys in VC. So that was pretty cool, and it's just makes me laugh. It's like I wrote that material so long ago, and then it comes out in 2020, and it did so well, and that kind of makes me feel good. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, but I really enjoyed that EP, man. You know what I mean? It was fun to record actually. The second time in the real studio, it was
Mm-hmm.
insane, man. Wow.
So pretty cool. Let me ask, having written the base of it in 2007, then coming back, how do you think, did you feel that some of your style changed, your ear when you re-recorded?
Um, at that time, even though the ideas that we had on the first demo, the way we brought them in, like I said, was more raw and in your face. And so it was like the attitude was more of what we were feeling in 2018, really, when we first had it out. But then, it got picked up by Craig and Lum and Sublevel Records. We were working together and stuff, and we still are. It's just I haven't given him anything yet. So he's just, taking care of Heathen and doing his thing, and just waiting on me. But it was I don't know. I think I lost track. What was the question again?
How your ear changed and your style that you
Okay.
found. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I went off on a fucking rant
No
like I
problem.
always do. You know me, man.
Yep.
But so yeah, so it's like that's what we were feeling at the time, you know what I mean? So it definitely had a different feel than the way we were originally recorded it, and I redid the solos, and stuff like that. And made some of the parts a little bit, changed some notes. And yeah, it was kind of like what we were definitely producing at that time. That's the way we felt. So it didn't really change too much, but I can honestly say the new material that I was writing, with the other drummer, a couple of years ago, that is definitely different. My style is definitely changing. And you know why? Because like I'm starting to find a way to bring in other influences of other styles of music that I love, jazz, your fusion jazz and stuff like that. Like, I'm a big Demiola fan, big Holdsworth fan, stuff like that. And it's like, so some of that stuff has really been easier for me to kind of place that stuff in there. And it's definitely different, VC, you know what I mean? I hope everybody would respond to it and think it's still a Vicious Circle album, but the material was really, really cool. So like that's going to be, I think, a little bit of a difference for people to hear. It's still crazy and aggressive and grindy and all that crazy shit,
Right.
but there's different elements in it now, man. So it's not really the same, But I love it. I think it's a good progression for what we're doing,
Yeah, you don't want
So
everything to be the same. No, like you said, just
exactly,
buying the
it kind
same
of
album
worked
over
out.
and over.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
right. It just kind of worked out that way. Yeah. But it's like I like it. It's like I'm able to fit a lot more of those crazy jazz progressions in there, you know what I mean? And those note choices and and the patterns and everything. It's just it works. And you can make it just as fucking aggressive as you can with any death metal riff, man. You know what I mean? Picking a million miles an hour. It's like if you approach it right, you could pretty much morph anything into what you need it to be, and it's just a lot easier for me to hear that in my head now, and so the EP was definitely at that time where we were feeling that mood, and that's kind of the way the material was going to be from that point on. But then you know you just have times in between, and it's like I was writing the material with the drummer, and it was just me and him, which is kind of normally how it is, just me and the drummer. But it was like, I don't know, to be honest, it was like I was having a lot of fun, just kind of like writing crazy shit, and pushing myself, you know what I mean? So it's like, trying to go out of my comfort zone and force myself into doing some different things. And I think people are going to really like it when it comes out, I really do. So I think if there's going to be any change in the musical, not direction at all, I don't want to say that, but like definitely the style's a little different now, you know?
Excellent.
Yeah, I think
Can't
you guys
wait.
are going to like it. And if you know what I mean, if it doesn't really turn out to be Vicious Circle material, I mean, it's not that I don't know how to write that way. It's just that I'm influenced and I just feel better throwing some of this other stuff in, you know what I mean? And it works out really, really well. And if you have the right drummer and you know, the right band members to like, you know, back you up with it, you know, it'll sound really good. Sadly, the material that he and I wrote never, you know, never really heard any bass to it or any vocals. It didn't even get that far. But you know, so it was kind of like almost kind of turning into an instrumental thing because I was like filling in the gaps, you know, and I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta remember, I gotta like, you know, I gotta have like a chorus here, you know, verses here.
Yeah.
You know? So it was just
Yeah.
kind of going like that. So that kind of influenced me to put another band together, just a completely instrumental thing, just three of us. You know, it's gonna be like a jazz metal fucking meets all kinds of shit. And that's going pretty good too. So I'm really liking the way that's coming about.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about time. But it's not gonna be like one of those, you know, those albums that everybody and their moms put out. You know what I mean? Everybody doing the same neoclassical scales and all that other kind of shit. It's not, it's a band, you know what I mean? You know, no matter, you know, no matter what, it's still about the full band. It isn't about me or anybody individual, you know. But you know, it's funny too because you know the guys had gotten together and they want to call it DiBianca, and I was like, yeah, but it's not about me. We're a band and everything, but you know they like it, and I was like, okay, so tentatively that's what we're going to keep it at. You know what I mean? That's my last name, obviously, but you know, it's not about me. It's a fucking band. It isn't about you know me looking all pretty, held my guitar, being like, hey, look at me. You know, it ain't that. It's all about the music, you know, putting it together. You know, anybody could go out there and fucking play a million notes, you know what I mean? I could do that all day long, but doesn't everybody's done it already. Why even fucking make them anymore? I don't get it. You know?
The original.
What's that?
The original.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
No, there's like hardly any originality left in this world nowadays.
I know. It's crazy, man. It's like everybody rips everybody off a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't say you're not influenced by somebody. You know what I mean? And I think it's good if you have your influences show through your stuff. But you know, that's how everything kind of sounds the same. You know,
Mhm.
it's like you just have to. Sometimes you have to take that risk, and you have to try something different. You know, and just be like, yeah, this isn't really typical to go, you know, in this spot, but it's like I hear it, and I think that we can make it work. See, now the transitions have to work, as long as it isn't like abrupt stops and things just don't fall into place. You know, everything has to flow, and if it does that, then yeah, it's definitely original and it's good material, man. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Vinny, I got a couple of more questions for you real quick. What guitar tuning would you say is the most best and most effective for writing death metal music?
Well, a six string, I would say D. I think D is right there because you can always bar the upper chords. You know what I mean? And you don't have to have a drop D now. I'm talking D standard. That's kind of what I was writing. All the new Vicious Circle material. You know, Vicious Circle has always been E flat. You know, the EP was straight up E because that's what I tuned it to. But everything beyond that or before that was kind of like E flat, and it worked and it really was good. But I'd have to say for like death metal, I think you could put out a, you know, a pretty sick, you know, tone with just straight up D standard, you know. So I think that's the best. You know, now seven string, I wouldn't go too crazy. You already goes down to B if you're tuned E to E, and then you have the low B. You know, I think that's pretty good. You can make any sound you need. You know what I mean? It gets that deep. But
Yep.
you know, there's other people. You know what I mean? Like you know, like Jed Simon, man. You know, that's another person I've been jamming with. You know what I mean? I told you about that last time. We have Old Black going on. That's still going. and we're about to start going full force on that again. Basically, I was the one that's really been holding a lot of stuff up because I needed to get some things taken care of in my life, man. I told you personally, I told you before. So it's just like now it's time for me to like not hold shit back. But anyway, Jed's got all kinds of crazy tunings, man. It's his birthday, by the way. So happy birthday to you, my brother. I love you, man. You're the man.
Awesome. Happy birthday from Underground Noise Websing.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
He's still a strapping young lad, man, no matter what.
Vinny, when it comes to writing music,
he tunes to like a C chord, and he does drop. And it's like I've never experimented more with tunings than jamming with him. I mean, he's enlightened me a lot on a lot of things, and it's pretty cool the stuff you can get. Although I will say, when you're tuned to like a chord, it's hard to play guitar solos because you got to get used to where your fingers are going to move, where they're used to moving. It don't sound the same. It sounds like, that was shitty. So it's like, you have to pretty much understand how you have to move differently in order to solo through like tuning to a straight chord or having a drop somewhere or something like that, It's
all the techniques, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But, there's definitely, there's a million tunings that you could sound really, heavy as fuck with, but I like D standard, to be honest.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, Vinny. When it comes to writing music, do you hear the music in your head and then you just play it on your guitar?
Yep.
Okay. With me personally,
I hear all the time, like I got all this shit going through my head. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I got to get to a guitar. I got to hit the fretboard.
I figured I'd ask just because everybody's different when it comes to writing music. And personally, I just sit there and I play my guitar and whatever bangs out of it. And if it's good, fuck it. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll hum it out.
Sometimes it's like, I need something here. It's like, I'm not really hearing anything. And then you fuck around with something just out of nowhere, smoke a joint or something, man. It fucking opens your mind a lot more, and you're not, not really worrying about it. You're just kind of listening to everything as a whole. And I've come up with some pretty cool riffs that I probably wouldn't have unless I was stoned. Not going to lie.
Sativa's good for that.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mary Jane. I love her.
I dig it.
Yep. So.
Yeah, always best to record ideas because I think we've all learned the second you say, "Oh, I'll remember that idea," it's gone.
Yeah, that does happen. I always have to tell Brendan, I said, "Man, I wish I wrote that fucking down last night. Damn it, all the hell! When I do that,
I forgot so many cool ass riffs. It sucks. I was like, just like you said, man, I should have recorded that. You know what I mean? It's like, man, fucked up. And then it's like you can't exactly remember how it was. And then the way you're playing it just isn't as good. You're like, fuck it. You just don't do it.
But then every time we still convince ourselves that we'll remember, even with the 8,000 previous examples of forgetting.
Oh my God. It's terrible. Like, don't worry. It's like that's in my head. I'll remember that. I forgot that shit in like 15 minutes later.
Yeah, I was going to say about 20 minutes later, you're going to donate. You're like, what the fuck was that all about in my head? And then you're like, crap.
Yeah. You're like,
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's like that shit would have been so fucking cool.
It sounded awesome while I still had it.
Yeah.
Then you hear something else and you're thinking, oh, that's even better. I better go do something about it.
Yeah.
10 minutes left, Rhino.
For this segment, of course.
Yeah.
We're doing multiple segments.
Did you want to?
I'm good with it. If Vinny's good.
Dude, I'm good with whatever you guys want, man. I'm just having fun hanging with you guys. I don't get to see us. You know what I mean? So this is great.
Shit. You guys kill me sometimes. I'm telling you the things that we talk about, especially when it comes to like, music and just people in general and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So tell me how it came about that you got to do a little work with Criminal Element.
Vince and I, we've always been very good friends, you know what I mean, over the years, and he had just called me up and he had just wanted to do some recording of some of the songs that he had previously put out on the latest Criminal Element album. And, he had come over a couple times and he was recording everything himself and everything. And, I just learned, a couple songs that he was sending me, and we were trying to record them. And then I guess he just got to, had to get back involved with the actual album that was coming out on Coyote Records with the other kids that were from another country. I can't remember exactly where, but, and it just never really manifested into anything. But I mean, it's not like, there was anything that, bad that happened or whatever. It's just, just never really panned out. We had said that we would get together at a later date and maybe do something new, something other than Criminal Element, or, because he has a whole bunch of projects that he likes to put together. But, I love Vince, man. So, I would always definitely record and do anything, with him. Yeah, that would be great. So, but it was like a, just a real quick convo. It's like, hey, would you be interested? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm interested,
Mm-hmm.
That's really all to tell. There's really not much. I mean, it didn't really pan into anything other than we recorded like one of the songs, and then then he had to do pre-production for the new thing, and he just got really tied up, and we just never really got back to it. That's pretty much what happened.
I've seen recently that a lot of people are against AI artwork for like music purposes. And just highly against it. And I can understand why, because it's artificial and it's not real artwork.
Yeah.
What's your feel about that?
Well, I would hate to. It's always good to have people do, the manual work for you, and to have their talent shown to me, because it's just like a musician, it's like, you don't want someone to artificially put some sounds together, like, how like samples and everything, and it's not even really a real person playing and stuff like that. So I assume it would probably be that way in an artist's mind, that, hey, you know what I mean? You're using a computer generated image to do your artwork instead of actually asking a live person to do it. So it's like, I understand that. And that's the unfortunate part, because it's always good to give people their opportunity to show their talent off and all that. However, some of the artwork is actually pretty cool. I mean, I remember, everybody was giving Patrizio from Pestilence a big deal, and they're all like insulting him, and they always give him a hard time. And Patrizio's cool as fuck. But, I don't really know what happened with that artwork or whatever he did, but I guess I'm just not understanding why everybody would be so uptight about it. Other than the reason I said, it's just that, you're depending on a computer to generate it for you, when you could actually help somebody out and use their artwork and give them a little something and be appreciative and, and spread their talent. That's really the only way I feel about it. But I mean, I'm not opposed to using it. I never have. We've always had artists do stuff for us, and I like to promote that, but I don't know. I guess maybe, it's not the politically correct thing to say right now, but I'm not opposed to a cool looking picture, wherever it really came from. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? If I saw a cool picture on the internet that nobody, that it didn't belong to nobody, and it's like I wanted to like put it as a cover to, an EP or a demo or something, I don't really see anything wrong with that. But I guess I understand, because you're taking work away from a human. So I think it's got to be the reason. But I think some of the artwork looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, one of my favorite artists who I like to give a shout out to is one of my favorite pals in the world, Mr. Tony Cole. How you doing? From Fishing for Neptune and Sketch the Soul Art.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great guy.
Yeah. And see, I mean, I like it better when you have someone organically put that stuff together for you. Me, I've always liked that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can't say that if the situation ever occurred that, maybe I needed to, I mean, I don't know. Do you see? No, I don't even know. I'm not really all that technology savvy. Do you have to pay for those? Or does it just give it to you for free?
I honestly don't know how it all works, but
it's a combination.
all I have to say though is that Tony Cole is the Bob Ross of death metal artwork.
That's
There's
awesome.
no doubt in my fucking head, dude. I love that fucking guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Meeting him was a real big deal, but hey, can't wait to see him again sometime.
That's great. No, it's always good to know a good artist, you know. And believe it or not, a lot of tattoo guys, they're really good with doing some artwork too. I've had some
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
present some stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, that's sick, you
Yep.
know. So to me, the only thing that I could say is if me personally, if it came from a human that did it, I think that's great. But it's like, I mean, a cool picture's a cool picture, man. I mean, it all. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that because I understand, you know.
I,
But
I totally get it, man.
yeah, a cool picture's a cool fucking picture, man. You know what I mean? It's like, certain things, you know, I can't say that I would never do it. I haven't, but I can't say that I would never do it if I had to, and that's why I was asking, do you have to pay for that? Because if it's for free,
Yeah, I really have no idea.
how do you argue with free, guys? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just don't have the budget, you know what I mean, in order to pay somebody fairly for their hard work. We've always been very fortunate that we've gotten artists that were incredible that, didn't want to poke a hole in our, in our wallets, They were just excited to have their stuff out there, my original singer, Brian Chicano, used to go out with this girl. Her name was Tina Deek, and she just married well, not just married, but she's married to I think his name's Linsner. He's the one that's done Vampirella and stuff like that. Like he's an incredible comic book artist. Michael Linsner, I think. But either way, she's got ridiculous talent, and she's always drawn our stuff. She drew our logo. She drew our first couple album covers, all of our demos, so it's like, it's good to give people credit when they do stuff like that. So, not to beat the subject, to like a dead horse, but I don't know. I'm 50-50 with it,
Well,
And we lost them.
all right. Well,
Yeah. Ask me some
I'm
stuff,
here.
Brad. How you been?
I was
How's-
trying to tell Rhino to take over. You might want to edit this part out. But yeah, I thought somebody should be at home. So feel free to ask me questions, Rhino. I'm gonna go see if somebody's here.
all right. All right. So do this for us. Take us back to your very first Vicious Circle show.
Wow. Okay. Our very first Vicious Circle show was at G. Willikers in Pennsauken, New Jersey. And we played with another local band. They gave us an opportunity to play with them. They had the ins to the place. And I believe it was Damnability. I think they were called Yeah, it was Damnability. Yeah, I think they were the first ones to let us play a show and get us out of the basement and stuff like that. And all I could say is it was completely crazy. The scene was incredible then, man. It was like 89. We got together in 88, and I think we were playing, put our demo out in 89. And the guy that recorded the demo with us didn't play any shows with us, so we actually found a local guy, Dave DiGiacomo from Mortuary. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I'll play bass with you guys. So he's the one that helped us. We played shows with him, and the first one was at G. Willikers, man, and it was fucking crazy. Mosh pits, dude. We went into, I think we were like maybe even like a couple measures into like the first song, and this one kid was pretty much used as a battle ram, and they just picked him up. And they just fucking smacked his head up against the open, the doors, and it's threw him the fuck out of the club. I don't know what he did, but it was like they just hit his head and he fucking opened the doors and they threw him the fuck out. It was crazy. Oh yeah, and I remember because I had a couple guys from my work come out, and they've never seen anything like it, and they were just like, "Holy shit, man! I was a little scared." You know, we all stayed in the back by the bar, but it was a good time, man. It was a good time. Yeah, you know, I mean, Christ, now you know you're asking me to remember a long time ago, but the fun part was that poor bastard got his fucking head, probably had a big Gagonio on his head from that shit. I boom, and fucking opened the doors and threw this fucking guy out, man. Oh my god,
He probably
it was
deserved it.
crazy back then. Yeah, it was fun. It was, and I'll tell you, um, it's like a drug, dude. It's like a drug. It's like you get that adrenaline rush, and it just makes you feel alive. You feel so good, and it just makes you feel more incredible that people are having fun and reacting the way they are to your material. You know, it's not like cover bands going out and playing other people's stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, play this, play that. Hey, you played that really good, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's great and all, but you know, that's not my thing, man. So when when people really react to your stuff, man, you just can't beat that.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, bro, it's incredible. It's
Oh
incredible.
hell yeah.
Yeah, but that first show was sick, and every one of them would just progressively got just as sick. You know, because back then we had to like convince clubs to let us play. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, people were doing doing the mosh pits and all that. And I remember going into shows, and the people that worked at the clubs, they're like getting like these flexible mattresses and stuff like that. And they're wrapping them around the like if there was columns or something. You know, it was just really funny. It was like, you know, people, it's like they didn't want to deal with the insurance, I guess. You know what I mean? Of like everybody that could possibly get hurt. I don't know. But we did find a lot of cool places that would let us play. So we had to make our own clubs, really.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, G Willikers was a real one. And, you know, it got a lot of back when this whole thing was starting, man. You know what I mean? It's like you had Dying Fetus play, you had Malevolent Creation playing there, you know what I mean? And you know, there were some people out there that had some connections, and were bringing some of these bands in from New York and Florida and whatnot, you know. So it was pretty cool. You know, I think it was Ann Bauman, I think, was the one that was bringing the bands in back then. She's really cool, man. She was really into the scene, you know, and she really did a lot of good for a lot of us, you know. So it was cool. It's good. It was Everybody loved it back then, man. It was a passion, and it was new. You know?
Yes, it was new. Extreme metal, death metal. It was.
Yep.
That was the beginning.
Everybody loved it.
Yeah. I mean, still do. It's not new, but I mean, there's new material, but
yeah,
what they call new today, I don't want to, you know, I don't even know what that shit is.
Yeah, there's some bands out there that sound like crap, you know. Why did you even Hey.
Did you sleep it off?
I always sleep. I mean, I get like about 8-9 hours a night, and then when I wake up, I take my multivitamin, drink my Celsius, do my exercises, and I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm like banging out again. Huh?
I started taking the animal packs again from Universal.
Oh.
You know, like 7 horse fucking pills in one pack.
Man.
Oh my god. The only way you can take it down is with milk, man. I tried it with water one day, man. Fucking almost choked to death. They stick like aspirin. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, like, what the fuck? I'm gonna die.
Yeah. So.
Kind of sounds like my tent situation when I was on shrooms in Arkansas back in October. Because my legs were aching so bad, I couldn't even stretch them out, right?
Right. Oh, unbelievable.
I'm sure you've had.
But yeah, I mean, they amp you up, though. You know, it's good.
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What would you say? I know you'd have a list here, but the single craziest thing you've seen while on stage.
Okay. Probably when we opened for Morbid Angel on the Covenant tour at the Trocadero. We had a mosh pit on the stage when we played. We played the main room. I took so many Doc Martens to the fucking head, bro. It was crazy. Everybody just came up and they just started moshing, man. And there's bodies flying all around. And we had our roadies, and we had a couple other friends of the band sitting there trying to hold people back to keep them away from us. And I had to face my amp. I had to turn around, and I'm playing, and my amp's blowing in front of me, and I'm sitting there playing. I'm getting kicked in the back of the head and shit, man. And fucking, oh my God, it was the craziest thing. And then I had I guess a laminate for the tour or whatever. I had that on me, and I had a wristband on too. I put the wristbands on so the sweat doesn't, kind of yeah. So a little bit of sweat control. And so this one kid jumps up on stage, and he looks at me. You know what I mean? It's like he looks up at me, and then he just pulls the fucking laminate off me, and he back dives into the fucking crowd, right? Stage dive. And I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. A kid just ripped me off, man. He just, stole the laminate. So then another kid pops up, and he grabs my fucking wristband on my picking hand. So I'm sitting there playing, and he grabs it, and he rips it off me. And it's like, Zing! It's like this big fucking, screech, across the strings and shit.
Oh my
man,
God.
I was like, man, I gotta watch out. These kids are gonna fucking take everything off me, man. But it was such a good time, man. And I'll tell you, it was when Eric, because we used to play with Ripping Corpse all the time, so I knew Eric really well, and that was the first time that he had gotten into the Morbid Angel thing. He was I don't think he was on the album, but I know that he did the tour, and so we were all talking backstage, and David Vincent came back, and he was just like, hey, I really enjoyed your set. You know what I mean? It was a really good time. One of the better bands we played with so far on the tour. And I was like very appreciative. You know what I mean? He was very sincere, very cool. You know what I mean? It was a good time. It was a good memory, man. You know what I mean? Because I loved Morbid Angel. You know what I mean? They were really good, man.
Yeah.
Especially then. I mean, that was there was they were bringing some really good shit out. So
Very ahead of their time.
Yep. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
All right, before I turn it back to Al, I got a crazy one for you.
Okay.
All right. You get to bring a musician back from the dead. In return, though, you have to sacrifice a modern musician. Who you bringing back? And
I'm bringing back
going down.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, that was too easy.
Too easy. Fuck that kid, man. He starts too much trouble, and he ain't worth shit.
Yep.
But he's got a lot more money than me, so I can't really complain about that.
Oh,
I mean, I can't lie about that. I mean, he's got me beat on the fucking money thing, but nah, I'm not a Machine Gun Kelly fan. Take him. Give me back Holdsworth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, where's Al? Is he missing again?
I'm eating some chips and dip.
All right.
Boy.
That's what you heard me snacking on last night, Rhino. I was on the phone with you. Chips and dip.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to cut back on that purple whatever.
Yeah, good luck with that.
What kind of dip you got?
Buffalo chicken.
Oh, man.
All right, well, while Al's eating...
You get heartburn?
No, I take Nexium. It helps.
Okay, yeah, I know. I need to take that too, man. Because I love that spicy shit too. Oh man, forget about it. If I take that without having Prilosec, man, I got agita that'll burn down a city.
Yeah, well, next day your butthole's on fire. I don't want to hear about it. Damn.
Spitting fire.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
okay, well, while Al's eating real quick, I'll ask: is there anything you'd like to confess to Roger?
Confess to Roger. Well,
he's gay.
I'm a huge ICP fan, so I'm a juggalo. So I guess I'll confess to that.
Oh.
I mean, the newer stuff kind of getting weak, you know what I mean? But they're still incredible, you know. But Amazing Jekyll Brothers and back, that was great shit, man.
If you like it, hey, I'm not going to knock you for liking it. I'm going to make fun of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I've heard some stories like a friend's band opened for them, and it's like the rules were don't talk to them, don't look at them, you know.
See, that's the shit that I just don't understand, man. Let me tell you something. Look, I ain't that fucking important to the world that I can't sit and talk to somebody that wants to talk to me. Say nice things, say bad things to me, whatever, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dude. You talk to fans, you talk to the bands that you play with. I hate that rock star attitude. I hate it. And I've been a victim of it, man. You know what I mean? There's people that I've had respect for that I've played with, and I'm like, wow. It's like, you're a real asshole. I should beat you in the meat paste right fucking now. But, you know, yeah, it's a shame that they're like that. You know, I had gone to see him at the Electric Factory in Philly, and they were pretty fucking awesome, man. You know, they had the crazy, like, these evil clowns coming out, and they were just taking big fucking bottles of Faygo, and they took in I don't know how the hell they did it, but, you know, taking the top off, and they're just fucking throwing them, and they go boom, and they fucking go out, and it's like a chemtrail behind the fucking thing. You know what I mean? The bottle. But all of a sudden, you're getting all this fucking soda all over you, man. I was sticky as shit. Man, if somebody would have buried me up to my head, bugs would have ate me to death, bro.
Yeah, I said those juggalos didn't need to get vaccinated for COVID. They already had some kind of immunity.
Cocaine bear.
Fuck yeah. Oh, my God. Gathering of the Juggalos? Yeah. I'm sure there's some crazy-ass fucking characters that show up there, man. I've never been to one, but I'm sure there's some crazy-ass shit that goes on.
Yeah, hard pass for the gathering. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know. You know, I mean, see, that's the thing. It's like just being a musician, man. It's like I can adapt and I can be around any type of person. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, you don't always want to bring them home and introduce them to the family. You know, sit down, have them at your dinner table. You know, but you know,
well,
I've learned to adapt. You know, not even not be myself. You know what I mean? Just be me. But you know, it's a little bit more. I'm a little bit more accepting when I'm out in a live situation. You know what I mean? But like, you know, yeah, there's some people you're like, yeah, that's cool, man. I'll see you next one.
you know, I gotta show some fun with that for a minute there, because if it's the gathering of the juggalos and they don't have the females and they don't have the juggalettes, what are they called? Promiscuous juggalette, juggaho?
You know what? Send that to them. They might take it. They'll send you a check.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be fucking sweet.
It's the gathering of the juggahos. We don't want to see no hoes, and we don't look at no hoes jugs either.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's funny.
You're telling me. There's shit that goes through my head when you guys are talking about this nonsense. That's half of it. Damn. You know, jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. If believe it or not, man, it's like if you guys knew some of the stuff that I actually do like to listen to, man, you know what I mean? I can't say that like I'm 100% brutal all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, believe it or not, man, you know what? I've found a whole new love that I've always loved it, but it's like I found a whole new love for disco. I love disco, man.
There's nothing wrong with disco. I like the beat.
Those musicians, good shit, man. Good stuff. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Holy shit, man.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Good stuff.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And I'll tell you right now, you know who else was fucking awesome? The Bee Gees, dude.
I just said that too. Yeah.
Fucking, oh my God, dude. Just the bass lines alone. Fucking stuff is sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Average White Band. I mean, Christ, you know? Wild Cherry.
Yep.
Good shit, man. You know, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah. Swing is pretty good too. You know, I've always liked swing ever since I saw that Christmas special. What was it? Year Without a Santa Claus, maybe? It was Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, dude, that was good shit. Good shit.
Wait, Mannheim Steamroller? Is that what you said?
Who?
Is that what you said?
No. It was, Heat Miser and Snow Miser. It's like a Christmas clay animation thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
But
totally.
that's kind of like that was like
I
kind of like an
misheard you.
introduction to me for like swing. You know what I mean? To me, that's kind of swing. You
Yeah, I
know,
can understand that.
like Big Bad Voodoo Daddy and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So, you know,
Let me ask you this, Vinny: if there's any musician that you uh, wish that you could work with, that you've admired for a very long time, who would it be?
oh, Al Di Meola.
Yeah,
I would love to just sit in a room, even if I couldn't be on stage, if I couldn't, it doesn't even matter. I would play with that man in a fucking refrigerator box.
mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll never happen, I'm sure, but I would love to play with Al Di Meola, go through some flamenco and some of the stuff that he's done. I've been such a huge fan. That guy, yeah. That's who I would love to collaborate with, man.
That would
You
be
know,
badass, dude.
it would be awesome. Yo,
Yeah,
and you know who else? Okay, now tell me what you guys think. You guys like CCR?
yeah,
Somewhat.
Man, I really think John Fogerty would be really good on a metal song, man. Do you agree?
I'd have to think it over.
Yeah.
yeah.
He
It's gonna
has
take me
that
a while to
grit and he has
contemplate
that
about that.
roughness. That would be really cool. Bring him out of the genre that he's in. It's like, come on, we're gonna do a metal tune. Get as gruff
Yeah.
as you want. I think that would be sick as fuck.
You know what you should do is get him wasted and have him listen to Angel of Death by Slayer.
Oh yeah,
I mean, seriously. I mean, when I first heard that, I was like, this guy's screaming his balls off. Or better yet, who
Yeah.
put the pliers to his nuts?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
a
had this
This is incredible.
a
I
couple weeks
know.
ago. I got this stuck in my head, man. Okay, Angel of Death, but sung in the style of the Ramones.
Oh no, 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 no.
Hmm.
You can't do it that way, man. Do it in this style of no effects.
Oh, no, the Ramones. That's, that's how it popped in my head. That's how it is.
All
That's the
right.
Ramones.
I
Now
mean,
that would be interesting.
I love the Ramones.
Yeah.
Who the hell doesn't?
Yeah. Human mice for the Angel of Death, 400,000 more to die. Like, fucking,
That'd be so great.
Man, that kind of reminds me of Andy Rayfeld, the guy that does, Disney parody versions of death metal bands like Hammer Smashed Face by Cannibal Corpse and I
Oh
Come
yeah.
Blood and Dying Fetus songs. And I think he did one for Devourment, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. So don't quote me on that.
Who's
But
that one guy that
that guy's great.
I can't think of his name. Is it Pat Cooper, the guy that sings like all the heavy songs, and he sings them like like he's in the lounge?
It's kind of the same idea in a way. Yeah. Although with Andy Rayfeld, it's a little bit different because it's so animated sounding. It's great.
or what's it, Sarah Longfield when she does Slayer on the ukulele?
Oh, with Rob Scallon.
Yeah, I'm like,
Dude,
first time I
those
saw that,
people
I'm like, I want to
fucking
marry
go.
this woman.
That's funny.
It makes me wonder how they do what they do, let alone Jared Dines. Jared Dines is phenomenal. 10 minutes left. I'll just let it go through.
Awesome.
Good. That's what yeah. Good.
Good.
So, out of curiosity, what would you say, what Vicious Circle song took you the longest to write?
Ooh, now that's a good question. That's a good question. Probably I Remain in Filth. That was on the Art of Agony. I think that took me a long time because that was just like a really different song. The way I kind of put it together, it's like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think that's probably the one that took me the longest. Probably was just like fitting all those riffs together smoothly. It was probably the one that took me the longest. Manipulate it a little bit here, throw a little something in over there, make them all connect nice. You know what I mean? It's got to be nice and smooth. It's got to go. So I'm thinking I Remain in Filth was probably the one that took me the longest to like piece together and make it sound good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
And with
probably
that,
it.
would you say there's one where you just had the idea in your head, couldn't get it right, and then at one moment just something popped in your head and fixed the whole idea?
Oh God, plenty of them. Almost all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, things sound great in your head, man, but then sometimes when you actually figure it out and you piece it together, it's like it doesn't always come together that way. Sometimes your drummer just does not play the beat that you need to it sometimes too. Things just don't come together. But there's always that little epiphany you get, like, hey, wait, we could do this. And it works like a fucking charm. Actually, and Fear Everything, that was kind of a situation. There was just one part. Yeah, it was just like, dude, this fucking riff is great, but why isn't it fitting? There's something wrong. And it was just like a little thing. And we just, I just changed, I can't remember if I took out a note or I accentuated a note a little bit differently, but it just fucking worked. I was like, hey, I think I did it. Let's do this. And it worked. Yeah, that was fun.
Bada bing.
Yeah, bada bing. Forget about it. It's fucking done. Yeah.
The old Jersey accent. It was funny.
Yeah,
I was with
oh my God.
I was with Harley in Jersey up at what's it, Anchor Rock Club.
Oh, nice.
And I'm back there, I'm talking to the drummer, G-Man, and I said something about a Jersey accent. He looks at me, what the fuck is a Jersey accent? Like, that?
Yeah. That's funny, man.
What the fuck is the accent? That's funny.
It was.
Yeah, we all have that. We all have that thing, man. Definitely it's distinctive. You know what I mean? It's so funny. It's like I forget. Somebody had said to me one time, they come up to me like, man, are you from Jersey? And I forget where the hell we were. It was a Vicious Circle show. And, I forget where we were. We were out of state somewhere. And they're like, you got to be from Jersey, right? And I'm like, yeah, what makes you say that? And they were like, well, my head was turned and I'm listening to you talk. And I felt like I was watching a Sopranos episode.
Oh, man.
I was like, all right, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. It's pretty funny. So, it is what it is.
If The Sopranos was still a TV show, you could probably make a guest, appearance.
That would be sick. Oh my God, I would love that.
Like guest appearance showing Vinny DiBianca.
That would be great.
Vicious.
That would be so awesome, man. Yep. I'd like to be one of the guys they send in, take care of shit, and come out. That would be fun.
They could put it around brackets.
Or I could be one of the ones that they fucking bury. I don't give a shit. Just put me in the thing.
Put me in the
episode. Put me in the hole.
Well, as your bio says on Failbook, the Yeti you would love to hate, they could put that with brackets around it. But
oh my God, yeah, right.
Like,
carve that shit in.
Say like, that he's the Yeti that people love to hate. I don't get it. People hate you, Vinny.
Yeah, I've had a lifetime of haters, man. But they all come to you as their friend. As your friend. Nobody comes to be a hater to me to my face. But it's all good.
Yeah.
Sometimes that just means you've done something right.
Exactly. Yep. Got to make something a little bit brighter.
Yep.
This is how it goes. Fuck them.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like, it's just notorious, man. You know what I mean? It's like, everybody's got that gossip and this and that, but like, you know what I mean? There's definitely, I'm pretty goddamn sure, you know what I mean? That, them haters are still around,
Everybody,
okay.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Shit.
But that's all right because, like I said, I'm the Yeti you love to hate, but you just don't come up and say it to his face.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we're going to fucking fight.
Yep.
That's that. I ain't afraid of no fucking mortal.
Well, just let everybody know next week on Thursday night, we will be having Ron Kachnick, formerly of Mortician, now in Pyrexia and also Malignancy, on our podcast. So I figured I'd let everybody know ahead of time.
Did Ronnie join Pyrexia? I know he was helping him on a tour.
Yeah, Yeah, he's with Pyrexia. I met him in Arkansas back in
He's a
October.
good guy,
So,
man. I love all them guys. Danny Nelson, they're all cool as fucking
yeah,
hell,
Chris
dude.
Seal, all those guys.
Vasil, dude,
Sean
fuck yeah,
Kennedy.
totally cool, man.
Sean
You know?
Kennedy's always full of smiles and always a nice guy.
Hell yeah.
First time seeing them, meeting them, had so much fun.
They're great guys, man. Real fucking nice.
Yeah.
Friendly as shit. You know what I mean?
That's the only way to be.
Yep, you can be brothers with them real fast. Real good people,
Yeah,
man. All of them. Yeah. Kick ass, dude. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have much time left, gentlemen, but I'm going to ask the final question. Benny, once again, thank you for being here. It's an honor.
Yo, thank you for having me, man. It's an honor talking to you guys, man, and asking me to be here. You know what I mean? Thank you for, wanting to have me here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Our pleasure, man.
Thank you, man. Love you guys.
Yeah, we love you, dude.
Cool.
Keep up the good work and stay brutal. You know what I mean?
I'm going to do my best. I'll keep you guys proud of me, I promise.
Yeah, the famous words of Vinny DiBianca himself. Fucking A, man.
Fucking A. What's your final question?
Oh, you answered it already.
Oh, fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I love it when I do that.
Ask me a question, Vinny.
When are we going to get some Nightmare Crypt demos? I fucking want one.
You hear that, Brendan? You hear that, Chewy? What the hell? Let's go.
Get that shit out, guys.
Yeah, we're still working on it. So I'll keep you updated.
Fucking A, man. I want one.
You'll get one.
Beauty.
It'll be like an EP demo, so it'll be 5 songs.
That's great, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something. There is nothing wrong with putting out multiple EPs, too. You don't always have to put out a full-length album, man. Because sometimes the mood doesn't fit. You can have 10 songs, but they don't really go together on one album. But 5 of them will be fucking phenomenal on an EP. And another 5 will be great on another EP.
That works.
So fucking A, man. You release it however it feels right.
Exactly.
It's gonna be killer.
The way I've been seeing things recently is like, if you got good riffs and you got good beats, fucking A, dude, go with it. Just help yourself in the end. Have fun with what you're doing, because you never know when it might be your last day.
That's the truth, man. That is the truth. You just never know, man. Tomorrow is never guaranteed.
Yep.
And I'm a victim of that too. I'm always like, yeah, I got time. I'm like the king of fucking procrastination, man. Well, you know what I mean? It's like, it's time for me to grow up and snap out of that fucking shit. Because you don't always have tomorrow. And there's a lot of things I still need to do before I fucking take a dirt nap. That's for sure.
Well, just to let you
I don't know. You never want to get totally straight, because that's when people get hit by a bus or something.